Welcome back to Supernova Traveler. If you are new, thank you for joining our Travel Around the World family. Like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are returning, thank you for your support and share my channel and continue your journey. Today we review 90 Day Fiancé Season 8, Episode 10, The Devil's Word. And what the devil is Natalie up to? Let's start with Mike and Natalie. Mike and Natalie are still roughing it. Natalie is still pushing for marriage and she keeps complaining about this ring. They go out to dinner and I swear the faces Natalie be making are so lunatic, like undercover psycho. I don't even know if I should take her serious or just be scared. She talks to Mike about possibly seeing a psychologist in regards to the relationship issues that they have been having.
For us to visit a psychologist, family advisor.
I don't want to know.
Obviously, I think it is a good idea, but I think the real problem is not that they need a family therapist, but that Natalie and Mike need to stop avoiding the conversation.
I feel like since we come from different mentalities and we have some problems, it can be fixed easily.
Anywho, Mike turns down seeing a psychologist, and I think it is because he just really is not interested, because he understands that Natalie isn't really ready to be fully honest and truthful. And her reasons for wanting to talk to a therapist is really to try to get herself proven right or have someone take pity on her and not actually to fix the issues. At least that is what I'm thinking. Later, Natalie and Mike start making dinner together, and Natalie literally starts complaining about how he cuts the food.
I got a whole one cut right here.
One I do for myself.
Cutting everything up, or I gotta just put it in.
You do it.
I just can't with Natalie. She's trying to wonder why they have so many issues. Her nitpicking is one of them. It's like she just wants to make issues where there aren't any. She does not know how to cooperate. It's just, she's annoying to be around. Mike goes to get his hair cut and catches his hairdresser up on what's going on with Natalie and himself. And the hairdresser tells Mike that therapy may be a good resource to break down some communication walls in the relationship. And Mike is like, oh, okay.
I mean, people go to counseling before they get married a lot of the time. That's something you could look into.
So because his hairdresser says to do so and she is like his therapist, he is now going to schedule a therapy meeting.
And then you guys can come together and you might find that a lot of those things are the same. You might find some common ground to work on together.
Mike finally makes it to the therapy session and things get really serious. And some poignant questions are asked. And Natalie lies.
Fall in love with each other.
Are we still in love?
She does exactly what I thought she was going to do. She's trying to use her looks to get over on the therapist and try to make herself seem like a damsel in distress.
It's difficult for me a lot.
We're not in love right now.
And I feel like Natalie probably used her looks for majority of her life to get over on people, and it's just not working in this case. But she lies saying that she came to the US because they are in love. But then she backpedals during the therapy session saying that they're not in love. Then why did you come here, Natalie? Did you come here, like, just tell the truth. Like, say if you, we don't love each other, but we did love each other, and I'm here because I want to work on finding that love again. But don't sit there and lie to the therapist.
It's hard hearing someone say he doesn't love you. You love this person so much.
Then Natalie says in her confessional that it's really hard to hear someone tell you they don't love you. Well, how do you think Mike felt when he was in Russia and the producers asked you if you loved him and you said you didn't know, and then you threw a ring at him when he asked you the question in order to have a conversation? Like, she just wants everyone to feel so sorry for her, but her personality is really not great. And I'm like, oh really, Natalie? It's hard to hear? I just can't with Natalie. Her sob story is the least respectful person who is always asking for respect. So basically, she is allowed to treat people poorly, but people aren't allowed to treat her poorly. Okay, next person, Andrew and Lemira, but it's only really one person, which is Andrew, because they haven't had any video together yet. I don't really care about Andrew's sob story. He leaves Mexico, goes home, meets his mom. It seems like he did do a little something. He got his own apartment since Lemira was supposed to be coming back with him. So he did move out of his mom's house. But all in all, that's it that happened with him. We reconnect with Jovi and Yara on their way to see Jovi's parents. Jovi's mom is throwing a gathering for an engagement party since Jovi's dad is back in town. Sadly, Jovi's mom has lied to Yara about the party being small, and we find out it will be much bigger and at least 60 to 70 people.
About what's happening tonight. We're expecting between 50 and 60 people, and she may be surprised.
I'm on the fence. I feel that there should be a party, but at the same time, she should not trick Yara, and waiting till her family to come is not that big of a deal. There are many people who have quiet weddings and have the party later. They then talk about how Yara has been liking New Orleans, and Jovi's dad had the audacity to comment on how Yara dresses. And then they talk about how many Ukrainian girls dream to come to the US and ask Yara if it was her dream.
Like a lot of Ukrainian women just try and get a guy to get them to America. Am I right?
And I love how Yara handled herself. She's always forward and stern, but tries to keep it respectful. And she basically retorts that it is a stereotype equivalent to foreign people saying all Americans are stupid. And everyone kind of moves off the topic.
I mean, I don't like that so much hearing because it's about my country. It's kind of same stereotypes like many people think that American is so stupid.
Jovi and his father go to a broil to see Jovi's friends, and his friends talk about how they only expected Yara and Jovi to last 4 to 6 months, and then 18 months at the longest after they get married. One friend says how long she has to stay before she gets her papers, and Jovi says 3 years, and that's the length of time they say she will stay. At this point, no one knows Yara is pregnant. His dad's biggest concern now is the idea of the couple moving to another country. Jovi's mom goes to decorate for the party, and Yara takes a nap. In our next segment, Jovi and Yara start to fight. The main issue with this couple is that Jovi is just not a thoughtful man, but it's not that he isn't thoughtful, it's more that he isn't observant, and making Yara feel special is not his top priority, or he just doesn't really know how to do it, because she's kind of like, based off of the stories that his friends tell, Yara is really like his first actual relationship. He's interested mostly in his immediate satisfaction, which I think is true. Yara gets upset that Jovi brings her crawfish back, but she can't eat it because the smell makes her sick. But I don't think women are really supposed to eat seafood while pregnant. I don't think Jovi knows these things. He should really try to show more interest in what happens. And when women are pregnant, and not stay in the realm of ignorance is bliss. But Yara also really needs to chill. Her mouth be out of hand. I think sometimes she can be a bit disrespectful. Like all the profanity that she uses, it's like she has no patience sometimes to just speak eloquently and try to appeal to his softer nature, I suppose. She's always saying F this, F that. Like, she doesn't seem as happy as we all think she probably should be. Or he doesn't seem as happy as he should be. But, you know, some people, relationships literally function on fighting and they last forever. So who are we to judge? I honestly think they're a real couple and they really love each other. Our next couple is Stephanie and Ryan, and Stephanie is a beggar for attention. She's definitely on the shows for publicity as well as just trying to do something different with her life. We join both Steph and Ryan on the beach, and they are hula hooping and having fun. It looks like they're smiling, and honestly, I don't know what she sees in Ryan. Like, Ryan, I don't know. I just don't see it. But anywho, they then go sit down on the pier and talk about Ryan possibly seeing Michigan. And
It's only right that I visit your places and let you show me around and let me enjoy your Michigan state, you know?
And finally, Stephanie getting to show him around the same way he showed her around Belize. Then Stephanie wants to start another argument. She goes into a rant about how Ryan's mom blocked her. And
when I share my money, I mean, I kind of expect, I appreciate that. Thank you.
It sounds like you want my mom to be bound down, you know?
And how she feels his family is unappreciative of the help she gives. And at one point, she was asking for the money back.
She's not going to be grateful. I'm going to ask her for the money back.
Ryan is just sitting there looking pissed and shutting down. He looks like, why can't she just shut up till I make it to America? I don't think Ryan is cut out to handle the long con. He is not interested in being controlled by someone with money. And Stephanie just can't shut up.
I don't money out my ass there. I work hard for my money.
I understand where you're coming from.
Okay.
Stephanie is very tiring. She is too insecure to be with a younger man. Her and Ryan later in the segment go for another dinner at the resort. And during the dinner, she brings up how her friend Maria did a tarot card reading and found that Ryan had another woman waiting in the wing that was younger. And Ryan's basically like, I don't believe in tarot card readings. That is for the devil and blah, 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 blah. Then she starts asking him about children and he slips up and says, I want to travel the world and don't want children right now.
I don't want, you know, I'm not for no babies right now. She knows that.
Well, yeah, but did you just hear what you said? You're not for any babies right now.
Ryan is just tired of Stephanie, and of course it doesn't help because he has not been distracting her with sex. So she is even more self-conscious. But it seems next episode they have a huge fight. So, I want to know what the supposed fight is about. And I swear it's probably going to be something either really small or it's going to be some white woman drama. Let's be honest here. It's going to be some white woman drama. And Ryan just needs to drop this whole situation. If he said he's fine in Belize, he needs to go and be fine in Belize.
Control me and my family because of her money, then I would have to break it off.
Okay, one of the most boring couples on the show this year, Rebecca and Zied. We walk in on Zied talking to his family. He's talking to his sister and her 2 children, whom he misses a lot because he was so involved with his family. And Rebecca decides to also give Zied some fake tattoos, which he was a good sport about.
He always found a way to relax me in different situations. Wait. Oh my gosh.
So Zied and Rebecca go to a restaurant to have dinner with her daughter and some of her daughter friends. And all this time, Rebecca is talking about jealous men and exes. And we see her become extremely insecure and start to get jealous and even slightly start an argument with Zied. When one of her daughter's friends says, oh, you haven't moved in all the way yet to the apartment? Well, I have a family who owns trucks and we can for free get your stuff out of storage and bring it over to the apartment.
Young hot girl seems way overly focused on him.
Now, Rebecca just goes off on Zied like, oh, you're going to let her do that. Like, she just said, the girl only really said that she wanted to give, the trucks. She doesn't know if she's going to collect other friends that are men or other females to accompany her to help Zied. No one ever said she was doing this alone, but that's what Rebecca's mind literally jumps to.
And now, on top of everything, I noticed that I'm the only one at the table my age group.
Now she is talking about Zied's culture and how he is not allowed to be alone with women at his apartment. Mind you, the friend was offering free help to set them both up to make the apartment more comfortable.
You're gonna let her help you move? She is offering to help you move the furniture.
And all the while Rebecca is saying this, she was over in his country and she was in a hotel room while in Tunisia alone with him. So basically his culture only matters when it is benefiting herself. So I've never really felt Rebecca. I feel Rebecca is extremely needy. I think she is extremely jealous, and we're starting to see it. And the reasons why her relationships don't work isn't just because someone cheats on her or someone's leaving her, someone's using her for a green card. She seems like she might be the type of person that's really hard to get along with. Alright, our last couple, and I have to say that they're probably one of my favorite couples because I told you before, the most mundane but honest looking couples are the ones that, make my heart flutter a bit. So Tariq and Hazel are in quarantine and unable to go outside, but they are making the best of being in the house. Tariq teaches Hazel how to mow the lawn, and then they are talking about COVID as they work out in the house gym alongside Ari. They then start talking about Hazel's son Harry, and we find out that he has a fever and is very concerning because there is COVID and people passing away, and she's not there with him. And Hazel just starts to cry because she is unable to care for her child since she's 1,000 miles away. We then find out that Harry has gotten better, the fever has dispersed, and we watch as Hazel video chats with Harry, and they share some cute moments.
Harry, like this. Can you do it? Jumping jacks. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
They introduce the children to each other, and they both seem very excited. Hazel is put at ease knowing that Harry's health is good, and they talk a little bit about Harry coming over to visit and just trying to fulfill that paperwork. So all in all, Tariq and Hazel, I feel, have a very healthy relationship. That whole threesome thing, maybe they'll do it. I don't think it will last long, but I feel like their relationship is strong in that they honestly want to be together, and they're together for the right reasons. I think they're in love. I think that is beneficial for Hazel to be able to have a better life in the US. And it just works. The whole relationship just works. Thank you so much for joining Supernova Traveler for another review of 90 Day Fiancé, Season 8, Episode 10. I know that I'm late on everything I'm supposed to be reviewing. I'm going to tell you the truth. I've gotten into an ID hole and I keep watching murder mysteries and it's holding me back. But I am currently on task in trying to get these videos out.